Congratulations on your Priefert Ponderosa fence purchase. This instructional video will show you how to properly install your fence, ensuring that the structure and the appearance of the fence continue to look great for many years to come. Now let's look at some items you'll need. A tape measure, a can of marker paint, some string, 15 16ths and 3/4 inch wrenches, a reciprocal saw, an impact drill fitted with 9 16ths and 3/4 inch sockets, a level, a sledgehammer, an auger, a post hole digger, a shovel, and a steel rod or T-posts. When your fence is delivered, it will be packaged so that all the hardware and materials arrive as ordered. This could include swedge post connectors, your decorative clamp hinges, lag bolts, H-braces with connecting brackets welded on each end. These will measure 9 feet 6 inches in length, rails measuring either 14 or 16 feet in length, along with your solid and drilled wood posts. The first thing we will need to do is prepare the ground. Mowing the grass where the fence is to be placed will help keep the work area manageable. If possible, cut along the path of the fence. This gives a clear line of sight where the fence will be placed. Next, stake out a string line along the fence path. Depending on the length of the fence, you may need to use several stakes to keep the string tight and accurate. Grab your marker paint and tape measure to mark the location of each post. The posts will need to be set approximately 10 feet apart from one another. And the marker paint will be sprayed 3 inches offset from the string line. It's now time to dig the holes. Grab your favorite tool and set it directly over the marked area, keeping in mind to stay vertical as you dig. If you're using a machine auger, you might need some help to clear away the excess dirt. Let's speed these guys up a bit. After you've successfully dug all the holes, you're ready to start putting up your fence. Place each post in a hole, making sure to stay on the same side of the string line. The material used when setting the post will be determined by the type of soil in which the post will be anchored. This is especially important on corner posts and any post that will carry heavy weight or withstand high wind pressure. It might also be important to place 2 or 3 shovels full of gravel at the base of the post hole to provide proper water drainage. For this installation, we used a pre-mixed concrete. Using a level, make sure to plumb each post to the side string as another person pours in the dry concrete mix. Now, measure the distance from the ground to the top of the post. This measurement needs to be approximately 56 inches. It might be necessary to use your post hole digger to get the post at the right depth. Using T-posts and string, you can now set up the top line. The top line will ensure the even overall flow of the fence, allowing a smooth transition with the terrain. Once you set the top line, go to each post and pull the post upward toward the string, and have someone use a steel rod to pack the dirt in around the post. Be sure to use your level to check the post for plumb as you fill dirt and concrete in around the post. Once finished, all the posts should line up beautifully under the top line. Now, since we used a dry concrete premix, it's time for the water. Using a portable water tank, garden hose, or bucket, add enough water to bring your concrete to the desired consistency. Once the concrete has set around your posts, the fun part begins. Connecting the rails. Your Ponderosa fence rails are designed with an 8-inch swedge, allowing the ends of the rails to slide effortlessly over one another to ensure a nice clean fit. Let's see if we can speed these guys up again. When arriving at the end of your run, you will need to cut the rails to fit. Using a reciprocal saw and a tape measure, cut the rail approximately 1 inch short of the last post. With your tape measure, mark 3.5 inches down from the top of the end post. Then, place the tape measure at your first mark and measure down 1 foot to make your second mark. Continue down and place a mark at the 2-foot and the 3-foot line. Using a swedge connector, slide it into the end of the rail. Now, Center up your first mark on the post with the top hole of your swedge connector. Using the supplied lag bolts and an impact drill, screw the swedge connector into the solid post. If your fence design happens to have a curve, there are a few things we need to talk about. If your curve has less than a 100-foot radius, you will need to use solid posts set on approximately 10-foot centers, attaching them with rails and swedge connectors. If your curve has more than a 100-foot radius, you can use the pre-drilled posts and rails. The 8-inch swedge connection makes assembling this curve a breeze. Let's talk first about curves with a 100-foot radius or less. Using a reciprocal saw and tape measure, cut the rail approximately 1 inch short of the post. Using your tape measure, mark 3.5 inches down from the top of the end post. You will then place the tape measure at your first mark and measure down 1 foot to make your second mark. Continue down and place a mark at the 2-foot and 3-foot line. Center up your first mark on the post with the top hole of your swedge connector. Using the lag bolts provided and an impact drill, screw the connector to the post. Now, let's talk about curves with more than a 100-foot radius. For these curves, you can use the drilled posts and rails set on approximately 10-foot centers. When connecting on these curves, it's easier to start several posts back and run the rails through the post as you connect more rails. Now, if your fence project includes a gate, you will need to set the gate opening to the specified length of your gate. The gates are designed to be 4.5 inches shorter than listed. For example, a 12-foot gate actually measures 11 feet 7.5 inches in length, allowing it to fit inside a 12-foot opening, leaving room to operate. For added strength, H-braces should also be placed at your gate opening. These braces measure 9 feet 6 inches in length, with connecting brackets welded on each end. H-braces should be positioned on the hinge side of your gate to increase the strength and integrity of the fence where the gate is to be placed. Placing the H-brace on the ground, adjust the post to fit snugly against the connector. The measurement between these posts should be exactly 9 feet 6 inches. This will ensure a proper fit. Once the posts are secured in the ground, use your tape measure to mark 3.5 inches down from the top, and continue marking your posts as we did before. Make sure another person is at the end of the H-brace to help you hold it level. Once the H-brace is complete, you are ready to attach your gate. Remove the 12-inch awl thread and replace it with your decorative clamp hinge. Remove the bolt and center white bushing. Place the bushing inside the small pipe connected at the end of the gate. This should have a snug fit. Now, secure the clamp hinge in place with the same bolt and nut. Repeat these steps for the other hinge. Now, with some help, place the gate on the desired post from which you would like it to swing. Raise the gate to the correct height to match your fencing. Using a level, be sure the gate is plumb, then use the same lag bolts to secure the hinge. Next, take your open wrench to align the gate. Adjust the pitch with the alignment bolts located at the bottom and top of the gate just in front of the hinge. Adjust to desired position. On the opening side of the gate, we will need to secure the supplied chain with a lag bolt. Make certain to leave enough slack to easily latch the chain around the gate connection. Now that you're done, sit back and enjoy your handiwork. I hope you're as proud as we are of the beauty your new Ponderosa fence adds to your property.
For any questions or more information, go ahead and give us a call at 1-800-527-8616 or visit us online at priefertfence.com.
Priefert, built by ranchers for ranchers.